Hello, my name is Mark Forbes and I'm going to do a series of tutorials for our web development, and I'll be including things such as how to build a website, code a website, and things such as Photoshop tutorials, Dreamweaver tutorials, and many other things. So today what we're going to do is we're going to set up xampp. Now xampp is just a local host, and we're going to download it and then install it. So open up your browser and just type in xampp with 2 P's. Now the first link, apachefriends.org, this is the one you want. You can go to the second link, which is all of them. That's if you want to download it for Linux, Windows, Mac or OS X, and also Solaris. But because I'm using Windows, I'll click the first link. Now there's many versions of this, but I'm not using the latest one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click this link here. I'll open it in a new tab. If you want the latest one, scroll down until you see xampp Windows 1.8.1, or this will be the main one, and click installer. Now what I'm going to do is on this one, which is sourceforge.net/projects, then xampp and then files, I'm going to click on xampp for Windows. So when this loads, I've got all these different versions that I can download. The one I'm using, or the one I'm going to be using, is 1.7.7. So I click that, and then this is all the different installation methods. The one I'm going to use is this one right here. That is the installer one, and this is the one that I'm going to use. So I click that, and now it will count down from 5 to 0, and then you get a pop-up box. Now I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to download it again because it's quite a big file. So once you've got it, and it's on wherever you put it, see mine is here, just right click on it and run as administrator if you're on Windows Vista or Windows 7. If you're on an earlier version such as XP or 95, in fact I don't think this runs on 95, you can just double click the file and it'll open. Now when we run it, you get that pop-up. This is just asking you if you want to allow your computer to run this, so click yes. You'll get a notice quite a lot. All you have to do is click OK. So this is the install wizard. We're just going to go through, and we get asked for the destination file. This is where you want it. So as you can see, space required is 485 megabytes. So you're round about 490 to 500 megabytes. Or you can click browse and go to wherever you want. See, I already have it installed, so I'm not going to install it in this specific file. I'm going to go to my desktop, and then when I get to my desktop I can install it. And I'll make a new folder and I'll call it xampp folder. So I'll click that. Now create the desktop icon or not, it's entirely up to you. I'm not going to because I already have mine on there. And create an Apache Friends xampp folder in the start menu. Keep that there. For the server section, do not check any of these boxes. Keep them uninstalled as a service. So the only one I've got is just the start menu. You can have a desktop if you want, and then click install. Now I've already installed this, and it takes quite a long time. But here I'll just install it again just so you can see how long it takes. So I'll extract every single file from that and then put it into the folder on the desktop. Now as far as I know, it doesn't put anything into your program files, but it might. So it doesn't really matter where you install it, just as long as you keep everything the same. So I'll stop talking now until this is almost done. Okay, so that's it nearly fully installed. So once it's finished, you'll get a pop-up, which you'll see in just a second here, as soon as it's finally there. Now this comes up, but you don't need to see anything, it will just disappear, and then you just click finish, and you'll get a pop-up saying installation was successful, and start the control panel. Click yes, so we can go over it. So the control panel starts, and it looks like this. I'll move this out of the way. Now this is just something that you use to start your control panel, where you can start Apache and MySQL for later. But what we're going to do is start them now so you can see. So you click start on MySQL, and you see it says started down the bottom, and then run, and this pops up. I'm just going to allow it. So I've got both boxes ticked, and then click allow access. And then the same with Apache. Click start, and you get this. Again, allow access. So that's both of these running. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you the local host. So what the local host is when you're editing things like a website or scripting a new language, you always want to check that it actually works using an internet connection, such as PHP, where you need to actually have it on a server. And inside the folder that we have for xampp, which you can see is on my desktop, we have this folder called xampp. Inside this we have all of the files for it, for the program, and there's a folder here called htdocs. This is the document folder that we're going to use. So double click it, or if you want you can go and right click it and open, and we have this. So what we can do is click new folder, and we can put in this test, and then open up the test folder, and then we'll go to file, new, and then we'll do a text document, and we'll just name this index.html, and then click yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit this in a program called Notepad. I'm just going to do this because I've got Notepad and it's my preferred document to edit things. So what I'm going to do is right click it, open with, and then you can find your program, or because I've got Notepad++ installed, just edit with Notepad. So in here, just to start, I'm going to type in h1 and close that. This is just a header tag, and it's the biggest header. Hello world. So I'm going to save that, and then just minimize this. So we've got this document, and you can see it's 1 kilobyte, and then we open up our browser. So I'll close these and I'll just go back home. So you can either type 127.0.0.1 and then type the name of the folder, test, so /test, then /index.html. Now if this is correct, and if it's set up properly, you'll be able to see a big hello world, and there it is there. Now another way you can do it is type localhost test index.html, and again you get it. So both 127.0.0.1 and localhost are both the exact same thing. And because it's index.html, you can just delete that, and localhost/test also brings up hello world. So that's it. We have this running, we have everything set up ready to do some coding, and we have the folder ready for things to go in it. Now we'll be using this htdoc section quite a lot, and I'll have tutorials to fill this full folder. So once I'm finished with everything in this series, then this will have quite a few folders where I'll have different HTML, JavaScript, PHP, CSS and many other coding language tutorials in it. So thank you for watching, and you can just click exit. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next tutorial.